Hello, hello, happy Friday. Welcome to our Friday Witchy live stream. We do this every single Friday if you are new here. Let's go ahead and get into this. First of all, Catherine, thank you so much for starting us off with a $50 super chat. And she says there will be joy this morning. And I agree. I hope there's going to be joy this morning. And everybody's been talking about their cats. And Luna just came over here and sat like right, she's just laying right over here bathing. So we all have our cats. I don't know how to start this because I feel like the world has been such a crazy place, and I like to keep this a place that's kind of free from all of that because I feel like it's important that we have spaces where we can go to kind of connect and just like get our minds off of everything. But truly, if you guys have been experiencing a lot of the crazy, tumultuous things that have been going on in our world, there are like serious war zones, there are places that have been hit by like these huge disasters. And even if you haven't been, like, if you're not in one of those places, you could know friends or family that's been hit by all this stuff. And I just want to say that, you know, our hearts go out to you guys. And I'm just going to leave it at that. But I know this is like a really, really difficult time for a lot of people. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this reading, which is the blessing that is you. So, oh, thank you guys. I'm going to compassion this. Compassion. Oh, you're Lebanese. Thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay. So we have an interesting lineup of cards. There's like a real kind of black and white theme to these cards that always like really stands out to me whenever we look at this. So we do have an anchor card today for those of you that are interested in that. The anchor card, it's not a card that you can choose. It's like not one of the piles, but it's a common energy that all the piles have. And we have Eros, which this card in this deck always stands out to me because Eros is like passion, but it's like, I guess it does make sense. Like black and white, it's like so intense, like the contrast between like black and white. But I don't know. It's like when you think about like red and like, you know, pinks and oranges and blah, blah, like, you know, but instead it's just like this, I don't know. That always stands out to me. So anyways, this is the anchor card here. That. And then these are the piles that we actually have to choose from. So we've got pile number 1, which is the riddle. We have pile number 2, which is the kiss. And pile number 3, which is the 1. Do all of these start with the? I mean, all these cards do, but no, they don't because Eros doesn't have the in front of it. So that's interesting. Black and white are your favorite colors to wear, with the incorporation of red. Wow, that's so powerful. Okay. So I'll put the pile, these are your piles. So do whatever it is that you do. I like to put my hands over my heart and just turn the gaze inward, allow your energy to drop, connect with that deepest part of you, the part of you that knows yourself to be, you know, beyond space and time and your name and your social security number and whatever's going on. Just connect with that like deep, deep essence part of you. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes or be drawn into whatever pile or multiple piles, keeping in mind that sometimes the way that you get drawn into the piles, can tell you a lot about how your intuition is working at the moment. Oh, I don't know why I want to tell you this because I always forget to like mention certain astrological things that are going on, but Pluto does go direct today. So, for some, that's like, to me, it's like kicking things into gear. Like, so wherever Pluto is in your chart, I believe it's in Capricorn. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it is in Capricorn. Oh, Tasha, thank you so much for the super chat. So happy I get to watch this in real time. Usually I end up playing catch up. Oh, and it's 777. That could be relevant for some of you. 777. Ooh, lucky. Pluto gonna get things done. Okay, so that's your choices. And let's go ahead and get into pile number 1, the riddle. Okay. Let's just compassion this one more time. Compassion. Some of you could be kind of jingly. Like you're really quick-witted in the mind or something like that here for pile number 1, or just like very clever. Okay, so I'm really feeling drawn to getting some cards for this one. All right, so Spirit. Okay, Pluto is in Capricorn. Okay, this is a comforting group. I knew it. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. This is like definitely spiritual mission kind of group. I actually feel like you do help people solve riddles, and I think of whatever kind. And I think that this is something that you are in an arena that you are familiar with and like very knowledgeable about. And I'm hearing like healer, heal thyself, teacher, teach thyself. So I feel like you've had to unsolve your own mysteries. Unsolve? Oh, okay. So you could have this effect on people where people thought that they had like all their ducks in a row about something. They thought that they had their mind made up about something. They thought they knew the truth about something. But then here you come in with stage left. I actually feel like you're a very balancing force, and you kind of, whether you know it or not, I do feel like you kind of work on behalf of karma sometimes in order to balance out. Okay, I'm hearing like another perspective, like another side of the coin that somebody really was not thinking about. And for some of you, you embody this because there's a real Aries energy actually coming through. And I think it's because, you found your voice is what I'm hearing, but you also, I'm getting goosebumps. Okay, you really inspire people. It's like, I think some of you have like really stepped up into your own, I'm hearing like you stepped up your game, or you stepped up into your own power, and you weren't afraid to be seen in some kind of like raw light. This could have been like a particular, I actually think that a lot of people could have this memory of you in different, circumstances, whether you know it or not. Maybe you didn't think it was a big deal, and you didn't realize how like the profound impact that it had on people, or maybe you were so focused on your own anxiety trying to like get something out, or trying to, be what you felt like you needed to be in the moment. But it really has had this like really balancing effect here. And it's drawn people to some kind of, I'm hearing like third mitigating variable that they didn't realize was there. And whatever it was actually very, okay, I just heard intimidating, but then they highlighted the word timid. So it was actually like something was very intimidating. And for some, it could be a person, like some kind of authority that was trying to keep somebody separate from like a truth or a knowledge. But for others, it could just be like a body of knowledge, or something's very intimidating for somebody to even look into. This could be anything. Like this could be, because for some of you could work in healthcare, or you could work in mental health, or you could work something to do with homes. I just heard better homes and gardens. But it's like these things that are actually kind of big that we all have, like homes or communities, families, emotions, minds. We all have them, and like you have to deal with it on a daily basis. But if something's kind of off or it goes wrong, it can be really intimidating to even like pop the hood on something. So it could be like a whole field or a whole body of knowledge that people can be very intimidated to look into. And you are very graceful. There's a way that you get into this, and it's potent. It's very potent, and it's like you shine a light. This is very like Hecate energy, because she's very brave. She goes into like the darkness. Like when Persephone got swallowed up by the depths, Hecate went in after there, like with her singular light. Again, that's strong Aries energy for me. It's like you know yourself well enough, you know yourself strong enough. And I think maybe for you, some of you, I think this is so natural that you don't realize how potent it is, or you don't realize how, or some of you, it's like you were so anxious in the past when you had to learn how to do this that you don't realize how unusual it is, or like how extraordinary it is. Other people are like, wow. And you call people to you, or I'm hearing like acts of service as well. Okay. This is also the group that will like, you make very potent contributions to a community or to a family. And this could be in a knowledge space, but it also could be like, maybe some of you, we talked about like natural disasters or something. It's like, maybe you have a trailer or something, and so you'll bring your trailer by so that all your neighbors can like dump the leaves or something on the trailer, and then you can haul it off somewhere or something. It's like you make these very potent contributions that really make the difference. It's like make or break is what I'm hearing. And you actually have this like very balancing effect. And there's also a supportive effect here. Like I feel like you support voices, or you support people or perspectives that it's like needs to be balanced out, or people that don't feel like they can support themselves, or people that are confused, people who know the truth but they don't understand the game, or they don't. So some of you could be lawyers even. My throat chakra. They don't understand the game, and I just heard they don't understand that it's rigged against them, or where it's rigged against them. Maybe for some it's not necessarily that the whole game is rigged against them, but it's like there's certain things where it's like it's designed to be difficult to see through, or it's designed to be confusing, and you give this very natural voice to it, because some of you, it's like you had to go through something really hard in order to be able to explain it to other people. But you have this is kind of salt of the earth. You're not trying to use jargon, and when you use jargon, you explain what it means, and it's an initiatory experience. It's get in here, don't be afraid of that. You should know what these words mean because they're all around you, and it shouldn't be gatekeeping. I'm hearing it's like it shouldn't be like gatekeeping. It should be something that's like very accessible. But yeah, there's some kind of truth, and that you shine on people that are sneaking around. And you know what else? I think you flip the people who feel anxious. I think you, because I'm seeing you like spotlight cockroaches. So I just feel like you're kind of nobody's fool. And this is also, okay, so the Three of Swords is always a very interesting card for me, because to me, it's Saturn in Libra, which is very contractual. And this is kind of reminding me of like the fine print, okay, so it's like if you want to use this service that we all have to use, like for modern, whatever, and they'll just put like anything in the fine print. It's like you actually read the fine print, or the fine print. You could have even like bumped up against it yourself, but you're the kind of person where it's like, if you know, everybody's going to know. You're going to tell your family like, hey, look out for this or look out for that. Hey, make sure you do it this way and not that way. Like you are that person. You're very caring, but it's this is very Virgo. Like this is very like a practical sort of, sense as well. And I just feel like some people don't even know that they're being like taken advantage of or something around you, and you can see it very clearly. And maybe even if, I think some of you're very good at reading people as well. So even if you can't directly, here comes Luna, moon energy. Even if you can't directly tell somebody like this is what's going on and A connects to B connects to C. For some, I think you can read people very well, and their emotions, that maybe they're not able to follow that because maybe it's too jargony or something. But whatever you do to correct the problem, like your influence, where you're like, here, let me just like do this or that. Well, that's actually very helpful, and it's because you do actually see the problem very, very clearly. And look, I'm about to put my lip gloss on. So some of you, you just have nice lip gloss. There's lip energy, mouth energy, throat chakra energy, communication energy, Billy Goat Gruff. Oh my gosh, I forgot about Billy Goat Gruff. Yeah. So yeah, and it's fantasy. Okay, you kind of burst the bubble, okay? But it's kind of like draining a blister or something, where it's like, okay, let's drain this so it's not gonna like pop or I feel like you burst the bubble on someone's fantasy, but it's so that they can deal in reality, and so they can realize that they can't win, because it's like, yeah, that's what I'm getting, so that they can actually make their own choice. You allow people to make their own choice, or you present their real options, because they might have some kind of fantastical view of their options. This could have to do with services or something, or like their way out of some kind of problem. But you are very good at being like, well, no, okay, that's not actually it. It's this. So because it's actually this, your options are really these two things. And you're much better off kind of like dealing with those two things than thinking that you have all these options that you don't, or thinking that this option, it's like, I think I think you're a leader in terms of having like truly Libran conversations, okay, well, let's weigh up the options, because Libra's very good at that. And let's make some kind of decision here. You're strong. This is strong leadership energy here as well. And it's leadership for the right reasons. And honestly, look, I don't know what I can show on YouTube because it's like so weird. But look, this is the Devil card, right? This is the Hecate energy that I was talking about, where you kind of like lead people out of this like dark hell kind of cavernous space, a hell that they're trapped in, and they don't even know that they're trapped in it because they're under some kind of fantasy or illusion, and it's a wish fulfillment to someone else so that they can like live off the fat of the land is what I'm getting. Or like, man, my throat chakra, they can have what you're like, look at this. Look, this person is getting all the benefit from this situation, and look, you're not getting any. It's, and I feel, oh my gosh, somebody does not want you to speak about this. Look, this is clarity. This is like, you say just the right thing, and you actually are like offering some kind of message here, but you connect the dots. You're like, don't you think it's weird that 7 things in a row? Look, that was the 777. Tasha did the 777. Remember, I was like, oh, I think that's something. Oh, I get it. Cause 777, I saw like the slot machine, and it was like the 777. I don't know what game it is. Lucky sevens. I don't know. But if you get all the sevens, then you win. And it's like gambling. It's like the fantasy, and so you're like, look, you did this 7 times. Don't you think it's sus? Don't you think the house is like stacked against you? Do you think this is, some kind of coincidence that like you came up trumps 7 times? I don't think that it is. So we got to start looking at this realistically. We got to start making some decisions here. We got to start making some moves here that are actually rooted and grounded in reality. And I'm seeing that meme. I always see this in my own mind because I always like just try to keep myself in check. But it's like there's one booth that says comforting lies, and the other one pretty lies or something like that, and then the other one says uncomfortable truths, and there's like one person in line for the uncomfortable truths, and then there's like multiple people in line for the pretty lies. But I think that you have navigated your own way through storms pretty effectively. Heather, thank you so much for the super chat. Love the third variable idea. Yeah, like so I feel like you have helped people solve a riddle, but I'm seeing the Cheshire cat now, like in the tree, kind of grinning and smiling, like speaking in tongues and riddles and stuff, which could be anything. It could be jargon. It could be like, they kind of know what they're doing. They kind of know that they're giving a certain impression, but then not really backing it up. But you help kind of navigate this. And you demystify. That's what this is. It's like a demystification, and it's strong Hecate energy. I think whether or not you know it, you walk with Hecate, and she rules over witches. So if you found your way to the tarot, then that's probably why. And you probably do have some kind of potency when it comes to craft and when it comes to like your voice. But just speaking the truth has such power and potency in it. So it's like, it's almost the voice of God is what I'm hearing, is like the voice of truth, which is, and whether you know it or not, I think people really listen to you. You have like a weighted opinion. Like when you open your mouth to speak, especially about something that you've gone through or something that you know about, people really do listen to it. And it's like, they get a diamond. I just heard the diamond in the rough. Oh, okay. So I think you also meet people at their darkest hour, their darkest moment, the diamond in the rough. So for some of you, it's like you've been through really hard times, because it's like that Aladdin energy where he's looked at as like a pauper. But I feel like you're like a king, like, or a queen, you know, in the ethers. Like your energy is very big, but you're also very humble. So you have, there's something about your values. Like you like to be one of the people. You like to be like very well-rounded. There's something here like that. So it's like you've lived through certain things. You've been initiated into certain kind of experience. Aladdin. I just heard, what does Aladdin mean? I don't know. Aladdin. I just heard Aladdin. I don't know if somebody knows what Aladdin means. Hello, Luna's been here like this whole reading. Yes, you have, little girl. Aw, she's so sweet. Okay, yeah. 9 of Pentacles. Like, I just feel like you encourage people to stand on their own 2 feet as well, to be independent in some way. So this is the blessing that is you. You really are a blessing. And I think this is a group, well, actually, no, I'm not getting that too strong. But like before I started this reading, I started to kind of feel this overall lesson where it's like, once you start realizing that you yourself are the blessing, then everything's going to flip in your mind. And that's what actually like brings in your abundance and your blessings. But I think maybe this is a group that brings that knowledge to other people. Like, and I'm also hearing like when things go wrong, you know that Mr. Rogers quote that was like, whenever something's going wrong, look for the helpers, because they're always there. And I just got goosebumps because I feel like you're the helpers. Like you are always there. This doesn't feel like community narcissist energy. It doesn't feel showy. It doesn't feel like you've got to be doing everything because it's like your identity. It feels like you'll maybe do something on a Tuesday, you know, but the thing that you do, it reflects your intelligence and your experience and like your ability to read the situation. And you're going to pick the one thing that you know you can provide and that you know is going to turn the tide for somebody, or like just overall in the situation. And you don't need credit and you don't need like whatever. It's very much like that. Oh my gosh. You're a guiding light and you're very strong. This is like warrior, Amazon kind of energy, very strong, helpful, group oriented. This is beautiful, beautiful energy. I call it showing up. Yeah. Nice. I usually post on Tuesdays. Nice. Aladdin equals nobility of faith. I like that. Nice. Okay, so anything else? Okay, I'm being called to my walnut bowl. As per usual. Okay, if you take the path together, don't dwell on the past. Some of you are very good at like mediation as well. Like I think you just say very clear things that are kind of obvious, but it's like when you're in the heat of the moment or when you're invested in it, it's like we all have to outsource certain things sometimes, especially like that moon energy, which I already put back in the deck, but it's like the mind, the emotions. Sometimes we have to outsource that to somebody else to help us like mediate. And I feel like you can be trusted with that. And you hone people's focus into like, all you can do is try, like just this step and the next step and the next step. You're really good at getting people through a dark time. And I think part of getting people through a dark time is not like, okay, yeah, you have your long-term goal, you know where it is that you want to be. But if you just keep looking at that long-term goal and you don't look at like just the next, like when you're going through a crisis, it's like the next step and then the next step and then the next step. And before you know it, you're out of the cave, you know? But I think some people can get like very emotionally overwhelmed or hopeless when they're in the middle of that cave and they're like, I have to go all the way over there. And you're like, and this step, and then this step, and then this step, and watch your footing and watch the this. And like, you're just a very good guide. That's what I'm getting. You're just a very good guide. Not being there for your partner in a time of need. Well, I feel like you are there for your partner in a time of need. That's just what the card says, but I'm really getting that you're really there for your partner in a time of need. And I think that you can even highlight, like, I just really feel like there could be couples, and it doesn't have to be romantic couples, but people that just have little tiffs or something around you, and you just say something simple and kind of obvious, that because they're weighted down in their emotions, they can't kind of see. Blame equals doubt. So I just heard some of you take on the blame, even when it's not your fault, like as a leader, just to clear the air. You're like, okay, like I'm just going to take this on. Okay, as a leader, I feel like you're very much like you praise like the people that are on your team. You're like, yeah, they when we succeed, it's because of them, you know, but you take the responsibility when things go wrong. And because of that, people really trust you. And I'm hearing like the bird call, and I don't exactly know what bird it is. There's a lot of birds around us. But I'm kind of picturing like a crow and a hawk in my mind. So it's like flipping back and forth between that. It's like you're eagle-eyed, or you can say like, hey, look out for that. Or, you know, spend time reframing specific, repeating negative thoughts. Yeah. I feel like you're also an eternal optimist. Like you're not scared to point out when something's going wrong. It's simply black and white terms. As you possibly, you are mostly an optimist. It's like you believe in people, you know, you believe that they can actually turn it around. You also trust people with information is what I'm getting. It's like, yeah, like you're an adult. I don't know why you shouldn't be able to just like look at the truth of the situation, make your own decision and navigate your way out of it. That's what we do. You know, you're fully grown. So, yeah, it's very like respectful, and you put the trust, power to the people. I just heard power to the people. This is like a humanitarian, but that's not like a populist. You believe in the power of people, regular, everyday people. Oh, there's a little glitching happening. Do you know why, babe?
What's that?
People are saying it's freezing and glitching. I did hear that sometimes the chat can do that. Like if you close the chat window for a while, then it'll process the video a little better. So you might want to try that. Or are we having problems on our end, or?
No, it looks to be on YouTube's end because.
Oh, it's on YouTube's end.
Our side is everything's looking good over here. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do because on our end everything's looking great. And it's not an internet thing.
The lagging has mostly stopped. Okay. Well, good to know. It's better now. Okay. Well. Oh, look. Some of you, I just heard reunited and it feels so good. So I feel like I just saw the Knight of Pentacles, so that's just like putting in the work. It's like the steps towards some kind of like Four of Wands energy, some kind of celebratory energy, like getting people to work up to a place where it's like celebratory and like a party, something that they want. You're very good at being able to do that. And I just heard people never forget it. Like whenever you've done that for them, and it's like they wanted that celebratory energy so much, but they didn't know how to get there in whatever arena. Because again, I feel like you have some kind of knowledge or specialist understanding in a certain arena because you've either lived through it or you've had to figure it out for yourself or you have some kind of training in it. People never forget it. Yeah. There is somebody mean here. But I feel like, you help them overcome their enemies, and possibly in a very quick way. And enemies is like a broad term because it could be a germ, it could be a bacteria for those of you who work in like healthcare, or it could be a person, something that's obstructing them. Yeah. And maybe even like turn their enemies into friends, or you are a friend. It's like people never forget that in their darkest moment, you were their friend. and you could have easily been like I just heard a bastard. You could have easily been a bastard, but you were their friend. You could have like sycophanted off of them, or you could have been selfish. And I think for some of these people, they have experienced that in the past, and then they're presented with your energy, and you like restore people's faith in humanity. So anyways, that I feel like we're nearing the end of pile number 1 here, but this is really good energy, very beautiful energy. I'm going to take a little, watch me kick ass. Oh, from Lina. You had the chat closed and playing in the background and it glitched. Yeah, that's probably, Alex said it's on YouTube's end. So I just heard that on another YouTube channel. But the guy was also like, they're telling me, oh, it was Ryan Hall, y'all. Because I was watching that during the storm. I checked in on like the hurricane. And he was like, yeah, they're saying that it's fine on YouTube's end, but if you close the chat, but it must not be fine on YouTube's end right now. Okay. So that was pile number 1. I'm not going to drag that out. Because I feel like you wouldn't. I feel like you wouldn't. I keep hearing that reunited and it feels so good. I feel like some of you guys read the fine print and I just want to say gracias. Okay, so if you're new here, if you're just popping in, these are our 3 choices. And we just did pile number 1, which is the riddle. And we're moving on to pile number 2, which is the kiss. But I'm just going to leave that up here while I'm situating myself. So if you want to get into your pile or figure out which pile you are, you have that to look at. Oh, you watch him too? He raised, Ryan Hall, y'all we're talking about. He raised like, his goal was $300,000 like for the people that were affected by all these storms, because there's multiple now. But I think when I saw he was at like 250,000, that's crazy. That's crazy.
The original goal was 150, but he kept raising it because people kept hitting over it.
Really? That's wonderful. Okay. Oh, you like the Earth Master. Okay, so these are the 3. We're going to move on to pile number 2, which is the kiss. Hold on. Okay, so let me just pull some cards here. Okay, right off the bat, I feel like this is a very pro-social group. Like, you're really good at partnership. You're really good at like a cooperative mindset. I actually feel like some of you, when people come out at you in this girl fight energy, this like arguments, physical fight, at war, competing. Good Lord, I hope nobody's trying to physically fight you. But if like when they come at you in that energy, you're unbothered. But not only are you unbothered, I feel like some of you don't even get it. You're like, I'm hearing the quote from King Arthur. It's like, why have enemies when you can have friends? Why are you coming at me in this energy when we could just talk about it? We could just hold hands. You know, we could just hold hands. It would be fine. Yeah, this is a waste of time. I'm hearing you say, this is such a waste of time. I refuse to waste my own time. I'm hearing, I refuse to waste my breath arguing with you. You're just not an argumentative person. I think that I also heard you don't scare easy. So, good Lord. So I feel like for some of you, somebody like tries to like fight with you and it's like, you don't scare easy. It's not like you don't stand your ground, but you are just in this unbothered energy. I feel like you choose to spend your time around people, places, and things that are not intentionally causing you drama. And I'm also drawn to the orange of her swimsuit, which is it's, you know, that second chakra energy. It's, you know who you are, and it's a real boss move, actually. I'm hearing like you win the fight when you don't compete, when you're not playing the game. It's like you refuse to play games. You're very cooperative, and it's not like you won't engage. But if that's not on offer, I just heard you're really good at sizing up your partner or your quote unquote opponent and just determining whether or not it's even worth it. And because of that, you lead with grace is what I'm hearing. And a lot of people follow your lead as well. I'm hearing following the leader, which is Peter Pan, right? That's all the kids that lived in the trees and the hollow. The Lost Boys. Oh, the Lost Boys. So I feel like you just set a very good tone of like, we don't do that here. Okay. What a waste of time. We don't waste our time here. Yeah. Cause it's like a lot of people want to engage with you as well. They want this passion energy with you is what I'm getting. I think some people might like, I just heard you're a natural target for it. Okay. Some of you are really sexy. You're very attractive. And some of you are very athletic as well. Like you could work out. Some of you go to a gym, you could box or you could swim or something here like that. or you have like a muscular kind of, you're strong. And because of that, people they want to engage with you. Okay. Some people want to engage with you in a certain way, you know? And other people, I think, want to fight you because they want to make their name off of fighting you and like flicking you in the face. And I think some of you, you're like, you are literally beneath my notice. Like, you know, it's not even that. It's not even like, because even that is like too fighty, but it's just like, why? Like, you only fight when you really need to. And I feel like you're very efficient and you do it in a very admirable kind of way. And you probably do it by just pointing out the truth. I don't know. And people feel a strong sense of intimacy with you as well. Like the people that you engage with in a passionate way, I feel like you're a blessing in that way. Regardless of whether or not you know that, I feel like you're a blessing in that way. You create intimacy, good intimacy. It's very physical. You have a very physical presence here as well. Yeah. But because of this, okay, people are really squirrely, I think, around your energy. The people that suck, the people that are very competitive, that are low vibrational, that don't know how to build themselves up internally, these people actually get kind of smoked out around your energy because it's very black and white. I think that these people try to use black and white terms in like the bad way, in the minimizing, reducing kind of way, in the shoving things into an overall category. I feel like people try to do this. I'm hearing you defy categorization. But it's like people try to do this with your energy. It's like they can love you one minute and then they just hate you the other minute, but it's because you didn't engage in their fight. Or because they're so competitive that they just are trying to win. So they're not relating to truth. And I feel like you suss that pretty quick and you're like, that's not really a person I want to get involved with. Thanks. I see that that's going nowhere fast. I see that that is going to be on fire in a matter of seconds and I'll be nowhere near it when it goes off. Like and I think people see you as like the natural. It's weird because people see you in this competitive, they see you as like triumphant is what I want to say. And they think it's because you're competing and winning, but it's really because you pick your battles. Like, and I feel like you teach people how to do this. You're not a pushover. And yeah, a lot of people are crying over you, sad, hurt, upset. And a lot of these people, it's like they got burned. They burn themselves by trying to play in your energy and they try to blame you because these people they just lack so much of what you naturally have. First, the only thing that they lack is what I'm hearing is a cooperative mindset. But lacking that cooperative mindset makes these people deaf, dumb, and blind because they can't read people properly. They have a very curse. Yeah, I cursed you. So a lot of people talk mad shit behind your back. They gossip about you. And I'm hearing that quote. It's so funny because Pluto goes direct today, right? And I feel like you're that direct Pluto kind of energy. And I do feel like there's been a switch, a flip. Because some people, I'm seeing somebody try to push a buoy underwater and you can't, I just heard, can't hold us down. Like you can't push a buoy down for long. It's going to just pop right back up. So people have tried to diminish you by lying about you behind the scenes and by framing you in a negative light. And they framed you in this negative light. Some people have done it. They knew exactly what they were doing. And it was a matter of strategy. They knew they couldn't stand toe to toe to you in the light of day and be seen favorably. So they tried to knock down your energy. But even that, I feel like you had such grace and you had such class, even in the face of that. And it's going to be seen. And that's going to mark some kind of major flip because the truth always prevails. And it's kind of obvious like who you are and who these people are. Some of these people have done this out of straight ignorance. Like there's a lacking of intelligence and there is not an ability to put the puzzle piece together. There's also a real refusal of being self-aware and self-reflective and understanding that I'm hearing you are very reasonable and actually you did what you should have done. And some of you have actually been very graceful. You gave this person more runway than you should have given. And you did that because you believed in them and Grace. I feel like they should just call you Grace. Your middle name should be Grace because you are so graceful. You actually gave this person more room, more credit than you even should have. This feels very personal here. And I'm hearing you extended an olive branch to somebody as a demonstration of your strength. And then they like smacked you or like knocked it out of your hand or something like that because they suck. It actually takes a strong person to walk towards a potentially dangerous situation going like, hey. And I feel like you had your arm outstretched here, like with particular people. This is now being seen. I feel like the cooperative elements of your nature have been hidden in the past by these people who tried to dominate you and honestly can't hold a candle to your energy. And I just heard, amber is the color of your energy. Creativity, you're a very creative person. Okay, oh my gosh, steals your ideas, copies your work, duplicates, feeds off of you. So you have a lot of sycophants around you. And this has to, okay, so we're doing a reading called like the blessing that is you. You are such a blessing. Okay, I feel like some of you don't see yourself in the light that other people do. Because I think you wonder why people, what is wrong with people is what I'm hearing. Like, what is honestly wrong with you? I think that you've had people up in your face and you're like, I know there's a mental health issue, or I know that there's something. And it's like, you are like, okay, peace be with you, and also with you, it kind of thing. But you don't understand why you leading in terms of cooperation and peaceableness, why this doesn't rub off on these people, why they seem unaffected by that. And they're like, it's like they're just so strategic and they're just so competitive and they're just so awful that it's like they think they use an olive branch or an apology to kind of lure you in so they can pop you. And it's wrong. These people suck. And these people are going to be like called out on their energy. I think you've been around some ABUSIVE people. I think you have been around those people. They sought to abuse you. They sought to feed off of you. They wanted to take from you and hide your energy. They wanted to hide that it was you that is their battery power. They wanted to hide that it was you that gave them their creative juice. And this is not tolerated anymore. Threatening, intimidating, threatening, bothered. These people could have tried to threaten you. This is very threatening because I'm looking up at the kiss here. They could have tried to intimidate you with a third party. This person, if you were in relationships with these people, they could have tried to hide like a third party energy. They tried to obscure your ability to see straight. All of this, because I feel like you feel, again, I'm hearing like, what is honestly wrong with people? Like, why do people act this way? And you have been in this energy where you're like, I've done nothing wrong. I've given at every opportunity that I could. I've always am like turning the other cheek, as Jesus would say, and yet you still are acting like this. And there's some people I'm hearing that are just bad eggs. Like you just got to cut them off. You just got to let them go. But all of this is a reflection of the blessing that you are, because they all want to be around you. You know what this is? This is very Joseph in the coat, the special coat. Remember from the Bible? This is very that. There's like favorite energy around you, but I feel like you don't know that, and you're never allowed to experience how special you are because so many people are jealous. And with Joseph, he had the 12 brothers, right? 12 is always a sign of like the zodiac, so he was like the favorite of the father, and he was the youngest. I'm pretty sure it's been a long time since I read that story. He was the youngest, but that shows his innocence. Like he trusted other people, something like that. And he was given this like special coat. So his brothers basically sold him into slavery for like 12 years or something. Again, I'm sure these numbers have some kind of like esoteric significance. And he goes to Egypt and he was thrown into prison, and he's a very humble guy, but he starts to have these dreams and these visions, and he starts to make a name for himself, and then he starts working for the Pharaoh. And then it turns out all those people that were negative and nasty to him, when the famine hits, because remember he had that dream about the 7 fat cows and the 7 thin cows. So during the 7, he interpreted that to mean that there was 7 like fat years of plenty, and there was going to be 7 thin years of scarcity. And so they had to put the grain away. And Joseph could have done that for his family, so that they were prepared. Instead, they were not prepared because they looked a gift horse in the mouth. They threw a blessing out because they were so consumed by their own selfishness and their own jealousy and what they wanted. But that was God's blessing upon that family. And I just heard, and you see why, is because he gives with such an open heart. Even being sold into slavery didn't like ruin his beautiful heart. You have that kind of heart here. These people have such a decrepit heart where they were trying to fight and they're trying to threaten and they're trying to hide and they're trying to scheme. You have such a beautiful heart. It's no wonder you're the favorite of whoever you're the favorite of. Because, in that story, he was the favorite of the father. It could be God's favorite. Maybe some of you are God's favorite. But it could be the favorite of, like, I'm seeing an emperor, like an authority, or you're like a rule follower or something. And so people just hate you for that. And they sold you into some kind of slavery. But it's like you were the blessing. They just couldn't see past their own. Jesus says, first remove the log from your own eye. They couldn't see past their own decrepit mindset. And because of that, they threw away a blessing. And now you're unbothered. And these people are agitated. But, they're just agitated anyway. So fake flexing. Oh my gosh. I feel like there's a lot of projection here because these people hate you. They just hate you for no reason. But this is like a perverted love energy. And I feel like I just feel like you've been so confused in the past, like why it works out differently with these people or differently than you were taught. You're taught to be good-hearted, and it never works out with this person or with these particular people. And it's because they're just so jealous that they can't be nice to you. And, so now I feel like they're fake flexing, but they could be accusing you because there's a lot of projection energy here because these people are strong in ego. And, the Joseph story really is a cautionary tale of how powerful ego can be. They sold their brother into slavery and then they tried to hide it. So again, there's a lot of hiding around the way you were treated because you make sense. You are reasonable. The actions that you have taken are the actions you should have taken, and you should have taken it sooner and you should have taken it swifter. But I feel like you didn't because you believe in people and you thought, let me lead with forgiveness, let me lead with compassion. But these are takers that have been around you, that have tried to exploit you, that have tried to raid your stores of good karma. Now, energetically, they can't actually do that, but I feel like you're supposed to boss up and realize that nobody can take from you without your permission. And you're supposed to be very black and white about this. Actually, like, you are a good egg, you are a bad egg. You're just plumb a bad egg. And as much as I want you to be a good egg, no amount of me wishing that you were a good egg is going to make you a good egg. So I just need to see that this is what you've done. This is what you amount to. And so you need to be treated like a thief because that's what you are. These people are trying to take from you in some kind of way or threaten you. I feel like these people could run into legal issues. They could have tried to, like, wolf in sheep's clothing. They tried to, like, balance the scales in their favor in some way. And for some of you, this had to do with, like, a decision. They could have tried to, but this is people trying to control people's opinions of you. But this is Libran energy, so it's like 1-to-1. So people that should have been in your corner. And I'm pretty sure Joseph had 12 brothers, but I'm pretty sure he had one brother that was very close to him, like the next one up in age, I'm pretty sure. And that brother liked him. And that brother knew better than to do what he needed to do. So it's like they're trying to control through 1-to-1 relationships. They try to, they're a wolf in sheep's clothing, but they try to make it seem like you are. Because they're like, yeah, push him in the well. Push him in the well. He deserves to be pushed in the well. Take justice into your own hands. Push him into the well. That's inherently unfair. They're not giving you due process. That's not due process. That's not due process. These people suck. Okay, so they are threatened. These people are threatened by you. And they are a wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah, look, thief. I knew it. This is thief energy. And it says robbed, lost, theft, physical, or emotional. These people could have legal issues now because I think they got taken in. I just heard no good deed goes unpunished, baby. No good deed goes unpunished. I feel like there's a major karmic rebalancing that's going on here where they've got taken in by a wolf in sheep's clothing here. And you could have warned them about this. As Joseph was a blessing to his family, so too were you a blessing to this group. It's like something that you were providing that they thought you were fake about. It was very real. And so you could have given these people money, housing, security, stability. You were the real deal. They're not going to outcast you, a blessing from God, and then receive another real deal. No, the real deal was on the table. Act right. Or they're going to be taken in by a wolf in sheep's clothing who is going to threaten them. This could be blackmail. Somebody here, it's basically like worse, but it's like the same thing that they did to you. And this all happens as you realize that you are the blessing here. And that actually the reason you've been treated so badly, because I think for some of you, you blamed yourself for a long time. You were like, well, maybe I wasn't giving enough, or maybe I wasn't. No, you are perfect. You had everything to give and you were the favorite. There's favorite energy here of somebody or maybe multiple people, but it's Libran. So it could be that you've got a group here of these 12 brothers and, you know, there could have been a father. It's emperor energy. So it could be a boss, an authority. You're perfect. You're perfect for the job. You know, that kind of thing. You're exactly what this company has been looking for. You are, and emperor is well-rounded energy too, in a well-rounded way. It's like, there's not going to be another one of you. These people know that, but they know it in a way that makes them jealous. But it's through their jealousy where you can actually identify that they know damn good and well who you are, because they wouldn't be acting this way otherwise. So they can't hide from this, karmically speaking, because their actions show that they actually know damn good and well who you are. And whatever actions it was when they threw you out too, because it's like, I'm seeing them try to rip his coat off, his like Technicolor coat. I want it for me. I want it for me. You know, this is very like Cinderella's stepsisters, like fighting over her dress or like her and like ripping it in half. You can't, that's not the way you get the Technicolor coat. It was a gift that you stealing the Technicolor coat versus it being given to you freely. Those are two very different energies. And there's like a real karmic balancing going on here. And I do think some of these people are having legal issues, obsessive lover, dangerous, toxic, unhealthy possessiveness, karmic. I feel like that's the way that this person was to you. But I feel like, oh my gosh, they thought that they were hitting a jackpot here with like a lover. Spirit put this person right in front of them. Oh, did you kick out Joseph? Because Joseph could have told you that person was full of shit. But whoopsie. Whoopsie whoops. So yeah, there's some kind of like obsessive lover that feels like they hit the jackpot with this person. This person felt like they hit the jackpot with you and that they could wolf in sheep's clothing their way into your space. And this is all happening as you realize that you are the gift, you are the blessing, and that people respond. I do feel like there's karmic testing going on around you. And the moment you want that to be done, I just heard you've done enough. And the moment you want that to be done, just say it. And it's done, and you are going to go along your merry way because you've done enough. So for some, this is like a repeated experience with multiple groups. And it's like, this isn't your karma. You're kind of a teacher. You're here on behalf of God kind of thing. Like, you are Joseph, and if somebody throws you into the well, they're going to get karma when the famine comes. It's like that. There's famine. There's famine on the horizon. And this person hates you. I mean, it's like misery loves company. Forcer. What is this energy? Threatening, wolf in sheep's clothing, forcer, fake flexing, obsessive. This is bad energy. Just like I'm saying, like, this is just a bad egg. And they see you as being, this is a bully. This person hates on everything that you do. They just sit in the shadows doing nothing and nothing for anybody that's of any good. All they do is steal and hide and present themselves in some kind of illusionary way. Maybe in order to try to get a partnership. This could be with you. This could be with somebody that they feel threatened by you with. Something that they think that's going to put me in the spotlight, or that's going to bring me some creativity. Like I said, this could be with you, or this could be with somebody that they know that you have this Libran, kind of natural Libran dynamic, this natural passion, this natural creative spark with. And somebody wants to take that with you, and they can only do that by being horrible. But you're unbothered. You are truly unbothered, because I think you see what this person is. And I think you respect that people need to make their own choices. So even if somebody wants to choose this monstrosity, this true, like, demon. I just heard Dirty Harriet. Isn't that from Shel Silverstein? She, like, lived in her... Anyways, Dirty Harriet. I'm pretty sure... There's a Shel Silverstein poem that I remember, and it was like, and she never cleaned her room, and because of that, she like lived in her trash can, basically. Like, it was something like that. So this person can be dirty, as well, or just like karmically they are. You're moving on. You're moving on from this, and I just feel like there's a huge karmic rebalancing going on. I kind of feel like this has gone on for lifetimes, that you haven't realized that the blessing is you. This is Emperor energy. It's Empress energy. It's almost, this is one of those groups where it would take me a long time to express the value that you bring to people's lives, because it's that much. And you have everything, but you have a cooperative mindset. And that's something that really cannot be, it's like, how would I ever pay you? How could I ever repay you? You're that person where it's like, how could I ever repay you for what you've been to me, for who you are, for the person that you are? I don't even know how to replicate making another person like you, because you are so humble. You have everything, yet you're so humble about it. It's adding an exponential quality to your energy. And I feel like what I'm supposed to do in this reading is let you know that you were treated so badly by so many people. You were sold into slavery on a metaphorical level, possibly not in past lives, because you were seen as a threat. And you were seen as a threat by very low down, very competitive, very jealous people who wanted what you are for themselves. They wanted what you have for themselves. And they wanted to bury the bodies. They wanted to bury your body. They wanted to take from you, be seen as living in the limelight, take your ideas, feed off of your energy, but disconnect the you from it and take complete credit for whatever that was. And it's nasty. It's nasty. But here you are unbothered. You're walking away from this girl fight. I just don't think that you are interested in it. Also, this is very much a group where you're like, karma, you can absolutely best me. You can dominate me. You are not going to dominate karma, and you are not going to dominate God. And you just trust that the universe is fair and that it's balanced. And I feel like it's a very quick turnaround. It's like something black and white. It's like once you just kind of like put this to bed, it's like you are a thief. And that's just what it is. You are a thief, and I know that, and you know that. And in time, everybody else will know that too, because that is what you are. What's done in darkness always comes to light. It doesn't matter if it's today or tomorrow or 7 years from now. I'm building the life I want. You're building the life that you want. And it's just a matter of time. And I don't have to do anything, because it's just who you are. It's just who you are. And God is very much real. God is very much real. So, yeah. I feel like there is something coming. And they could have been cooperative. They could have worked with you. But instead, it's like this person positioned themselves as an enemy to you, and they just didn't have to, because your hand was outstretched. It was like you were meant to initiate this person into a cooperative mindset rather than a competitive mindset. But they've got to be willing to work with somebody who has like everything to give, and to not be jealous of it, and to not have to compete. It's like this person always has to compete even if this is like a lover of yours. This is nasty. This is nasty. This is like a man, okay, that's going to compete with you. Like, sir. Gross. This has been a repeat lesson for you. And I feel like that's actually the best thing that you can do, is just move on with your life, you know? Karma's going to get these people. Clout hungry. Says anything, does anything, makes shit up dramatic. They're so hungry for clout, but that'll be their undoing. Photo proof, getting evidence. Somebody's getting evidence about this person to get rich off of it. This person thinks that they're unbothered right now, but somebody's coming in. They want to get this person back. This person makes enemies. They just make enemies. And you have enemies, but you have enemies. Your enemies are the enemies of God, the enemies of truth. So, and I just heard that quote that says, you will know me by my enemies. Imagine competing with your lover. So gross. Yeah. You can't compete where you don't compare. Exactly. Good riddance. Yeah. And I do feel like this has been a repeat experience, because the Joseph story that I was picking up on, it's 12 brothers, okay? This is like, it could be a ganging up on energy. It could be a bullying energy. So right there is a repeat experience. But I think some of you, like, I'm just heard out of the frying pan into the fryer, but it's because you're here doing spiritual testing, like for God. And some of you have prayed to be used for God's good works. And this is like what has gone on here. But as soon as you're done and you're tired, I'm hearing like you've done more than enough. So it's okay for you to be like, can we seal that up, please? And they'll be like, cool. And I just heard the testing period is over for a lot of you, and the judgments are the final scores are in, like the final judgments are in, and there's that like switcheroo, and it's something, yeah, Pluto went direct today in Capricorn of business, status, reputation, success. So there's, I think, potentially some kind of major flip that's coming down the chute is what I'm hearing. Shoot. I just heard shoot. But that's like photo shoot is what I'm getting, or like, darn it. Like somebody here is like, yeah, my dad used to say like, I don't understand criminals, because it's like, you could just, because God exists, like there could just be a nose hair that falls out of your nose and then they got you. You know, it's like there's something here like that where they're gonna be like, shoot, because you've wrapped up your karma to do with the situation. You understand that you were treated badly because you're beautiful, because you're wonderful, because you're everything. And somebody here just couldn't compete, and they just didn't know how to act right. And I just heard bless them and move on. Bless your heart. That's Southern, like, bless your heart, you know, and just move on. Okay, that was pile 2. I just heard you're well shot of these people. It's like they can't influence you anymore. They've lost their influence. For some of these people, they're very poisonous, and they had some sort of strategy to come back around to you. They were going to do some fuck shit. And then they were going to, it's like, okay, go ahead, sell Joseph off into slavery, but then we're just going to go get him back. I'm going to come around and be the savior. Some of these people had that. I just heard motive. What's their motive? Passion. Eros. Black and white energy. So this person is one way to you, and they're another way behind their back. This is getting called out. This is there could have been a secret romance, or this person wants to have a secret romance with you because this person feels very passionate about you. And they see your value here with the diamond. And potentially they've seen what they've been through, but this person doesn't want you to know that they were part of the pressure that made your diamond. But I think you're nobody's fool. And I think that you either already know this, or God's making you aware of this somehow. Somebody's going to make you aware of this, because this person's a snake, and they're going to get called out because people really hate you. Like there are some people, or they really want to be with this person. And if this person thinks that people are going to sit by while they're like with you, no, they're going to call them out. All right. Got to hit the gym. Love, power, and prosperity. Peace. Have fun at the gym. All right. So that was pile number 2. Dang, that was a good one twice. Two-faced, not multi-faced. Not multifaceted, yeah. Even your soda can, oh, it matches me. This is my seltzer. This is watermelon mint, and it was on sale, and I haven't had this kind before, but I honestly love it. I am drinking, it's called a Nixie. I'll show you. That's an N. Nixie. Sparkling water. Watermelon mint. I like it. It's good. These people are like hydras. Okay. Compassion. Bless them on your way. And I feel like your blessing is that you don't have to be around these people or partnered up with these people in a Libran fashion. Although there might be a group sort of fashion where, just like in the Joseph story, they had to go like ask him for grain. And it was based on his good nature that they made it through their difficult time. And he just proved why he's the favorite. Because anybody who would look at those nasty people and Joseph and think, oh, you're the favorite, those people are diseased in the mind. You the whole deal, Jess. Aw. Okay, let me just get a little lip gloss. Today's episode is brought to you by the color pink. Totally resonate with 2. That you would steal makes you unworthy of the shiny coat. These are things that people like this don't understand. That the ends and the means are one. That they have the choice every single time they went to act in transgression against you. They had the choice to be something better. To be something worthy of the favorite of the coat. And they choose not to. They choose instead to try to steal the destiny of another person. The spotlight of another person. Rather than to build their own reputation. Their own character. Their own value. Their own creativity, their own ideas. And I'm hearing that quote too, that's like, if you bring forth what's inside of you, because we're all creative beings, this person is just a parasite. They're choosing to be a parasite and to associate with parasites. So if you bring that out, then it will save you. If you don't, it will destroy you. These people are the cause of their own destruction. And I feel like they're so stubborn and they're so stuck in ego because ego always sees through the lens of ego defense mechanisms. These are psychological stances, logical fallacies that make them the victim. Because, oh, well, they're just so victimized that you are getting attention. All they see is attention is what I'm getting. That you have attention and they don't. And that's just unfair. But they don't see like the hard work. They don't see all the times you go out of your way for people. The times that I'm hearing a major part of this is self-discipline. That you can tell yourself what to do and hold yourself accountable and in check, and they can't or don't. And they don't feel they should have to. I don't know about you, but I despise people who are not self-aware and who cause a bunch of damage and then never take accountability. It makes them deeply unlikable. And they don't see that. That it is actually very pragmatic why that person is not liked and not respected and not cared for, and you are. It's because you are always taking responsibility for yourself. And because of that, it's like you're always learning and growing. And you engage with people in a cooperative manner. I feel like this person just wants to be seen that way. They want to be seen as cooperative. They want to be seen as the best to be in relationship with, to be in partnership with. But they're just fundamentally not. And it's until that ship crashes, the best thing that could happen to this person is just repeated towers. Until they have to acknowledge and realize that they truly do not compare to somebody like you, not even close. There's a lot of people, even like, you're the emperor or the empress, which is all 4 suits, but I mean, you got a king of swords, you got a queen of swords down there, they don't even compare to that person. You got a queen of wands down there, you got a king of wands down there, they don't even compare to that person. Like, there's quite a few steps in the ladder before this person actually builds themselves up to your energy. It's laughable, actually, that this person is like focused on you, you know? Okay. I'm like hyper accountable. Yeah. And because of that, there's a sensitivity to your energy where you have to, I think, adjust your boundaries. I think that's something that you learned. It's like, I think you could have thought this person was on your level too, but it's just because they're a schemer. They're very good at that wolf in sheep's clothing routine. So you could have thought, oh, this person is like me, or they're on my level, or they think the same way that I do. And then you saw who they were hanging out with, and that they're two-faced, and that they're really strategic, and that they're poisonous. And then you were like, oh, I think this taught you a very difficult lesson, that things are not always as they seem. And I just saw Jafar when I said that. But it was like Jafar was trying to masquerade as Aladdin. And what did we say? Nobility of faith? Barf. This person could have talked to you about their nobility of faith. Their nobility. They could have talked to you about their values, their principles. They could have talked to you about their faith. Barf. Okay? Barf. This person's the exact opposite of that. Anyways. Okay. So, getting back to this, we have all 3 piles here. We just finished pile number 2, which is the kiss. And we're moving on to pile number 3, which is the one. For those of you who are just... I blame myself for things that are not my problem. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're moving on to the one. Pile number 3. Compassion, 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 compassion. Welcome, D, to pile 3. The Aladdin story really resonates. Riff raff, street rat, I don't buy that. There could be connection here to pile number 3 since we've started that with that Aladdin story. Okay, the one and Eros. Okay, let's see. What is the blessing that is pile number 3, Spirit? We had a compassion that pile number 2 3 times. Okay, interesting. We have the Hangman that just came out, and I just heard. Okay, I heard. I think it's from One Republic, but it's like stop and stare. You think you're moving, but you go nowhere. Okay. I become what I can't be. Okay, so you definitely help initiate. This is kind of similar to pile number 1, and it's interesting because we have the 1 card here. So there could be a lot of overlap here between these piles, but you've helped people get a different perspective. I think you've helped people get a different perspective on 3 people in their life, like a group of 3 people. I saw the evil like stepsisters. So there was something here. It's like foggy energy, so they could see there's confusion energy here. But it's also through, like, you could meditate, or this is like through the void, through the silence, through the spirituality or something here, through the absence of you have helped to change people's perspective on what is like winning and what is just obnoxious. I heard like what's just obnoxious. It's the same old, but yeah, people run away from certain things. And it's a block to their joy. It's a block to their happiness. And I'm thinking back to the beginning of this with Catherine's super chat where she was like, there will be joy this morning. And this person, I think, wants there to be joy, but involves with the wrong people. Or like this, is lured. People get lured here. And it's like people, I think, have been lured away from you or what you stand for or something like that. It actually puts them in this place of hanged man energy, feeling stagnant, feeling stale, feeling not right with the world. And it's like through that and it's like through your void, through your absence, you teach people the value. I heard the value of $1, the value of something to do with you here. Oh boy. Somebody feels like they dropped the ball with you. So there's a certain, I feel like this group, there could be some ties with this group and the other piles, because I feel like such is your energy, you are such a blessing, that even the absence of you teaches something. It's like somebody here could have had everything, but then they chose to have absolutely nothing. And they were filled with their mind and not their intuition and their values. It's like this person, I'm noticing, it's like they're looking at the down pentacle. That's going to lead to lack and unfair treatment. But they thought that it was their favorite. They thought something here was their favorite. There could have been passion to do with this. What does this have to do with you? Yeah, there's real void energy coming through like from you. Confusion. Okay, so for some of you, Spirit is trying to illustrate to you that if there are unanswered questions to you around a particular situation where you were the higher cup, but somebody chose somebody else over you for a very superficial reason, and you kind of know it, the things that you don't know about that situation, that's a blessing. That is a blessing to you. And okay. The blessing to this, it's like I'm hearing, I was trying to bless somebody with you. God is saying I was trying to bless some individual with you. The fact that I gave them you as a choice at all is a blessing, is an olive branch. But this person didn't know how to handle it because they were attached to a karmic. I'm hearing karmic. Sometimes I hear that. I don't know what that means. But yeah, they were attached to a karmic here. Very devilish relationship, impulse energy, low vibrational energy, passion energy. But I feel, again, it's black and white with the passion energy over here. It's outside the bounds of tradition and principles and higher values. But this person, this is confused energy. I feel like you were compared unfavorably to somebody that does not hold a candle to you in any sense. That somebody went to build over here, but I'm seeing somebody put their feet on like mushy ground. So the blessing that is you're the 10 of Pentacles, and you are the King of Wands. This person didn't respect you. They didn't respect you enough, and they could have thought that they had some kind of plan here to be manipulative. They thought that they had everything that they needed shored up in order to enact some kind of low vibrational plan with this Lover's energy. Could have been at work to betray you. This is shitty. So, this is very low vibrational, and yet God still offered you. Okay, because there's a secret, and I'm like, why? Why would God do this to you? Okay, I understand that you're like the olive branch to this person who is decrepit and like, has karmic associations. And see, this is why I'm always saying like, I'm really not like a spiritual teacher, because you can see here, I don't have patience for it. I really do not stand for good people being used as olive branches to people who are continually negative and nasty. And I am convinced that the only reason I would be here and that you would be here and we would be engaged in this is because God asked us to. Because there's no other reason that I would think this is acceptable. Okay, clearly God values this person. Clearly God wants to save this person. And clearly I need to step out of the way in order to enact God's plan. And I feel like that's what I've done. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm tapped into this energy at all, because this just really makes my blood boil. I don't think it's fair at all. I don't think it's fair at all that you would be put in this person's destructive, horrible ass path. But apparently you were, and I feel like I'm getting that like the one energy. Like, I do feel like you were asked to do this by the divine. I'm hearing, I'm trying to bless somebody with you. I'm trying to wake them up. I'm trying to, and we all kind of have to do this. And I'm seeing like a rope, and maybe you remember a time when you needed that rope thrown. I don't know. I just don't like this. Okay. I understand that I'm in the wrong. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Like, I understand that I'm in the wrong because I just get so heated. I don't feel like you should just be a sacrificial lamb. But Jesus was a sacrificial lamb. I don't know. I don't like this. But you are the King of Wands and you are the 10 of Pentacles. So it's like you have very good karmas is what I'm getting. I think you're here to help this person turn this corner in their soul and to realize what's real and what's true and what's valuable. And that's the blessing that is you. Like, you are stable. You are right-minded. You are upright in character. You are the higher cup. But you are what this person's been praying for. You are what this person's been praying for. So you are the blessing that was brought into this person's life. I don't know how you're feeling about this. This is kind of having me on edge. But this person needed to walk away from something that was wrong or bad. You could have done this on multiple occasions for people as well, up to 3 times. In some way, shape, or form, you were this like higher cup energy that somebody had been praying for. And this probably is definitely romance at least once. But it also could be in terms of like a leader. It also could be in terms of like employment or something. Like it could be like a boss was praying for a certain kind of leader, and then there you were. But can they see you? Can they keep you? Or are they falling prey to, for some, this could be like a boss that hit on you. And it's like they needed to not do that. They needed to value you as a leader. They needed to value you. But yeah, they needed to work together. Teamwork. They needed to work with you. And this is Mars in Capricorn. A lot of Capricorn energy coming through. But Mars exalts in Capricorn. In Dhanishta's Shakti power is good karmas. So it's like you could have flipped this person into building for the divine because they were partnered with you. And so you actually bring in good blessings and good karma to this person, but without you. I'm hearing that song Without You by Tate McRae. And the Kid Leroy. Or maybe it's, I don't know. I saw them sing that together. Building with this other person is building in terms of lack, shaky, solid ground. There's some kind of secret justice energy that's going to come in. There's some kind of secret connection or relationship that this person is attached to that this person is unaware of. I think that, yeah, they're team working with in order to try to build reputation or status. So that's all going to come in to hit this person, wham, like kind of double whammy. But you're the escape route. Yeah, and you're going to be happy either way. Okay, so this group, you're a real blessing in terms of marriage and partnership. Like whoever you end up with. I'm trying to bless somebody with you. And I kind of think who you end up with has less karma. Their karmas are not as good as you. They need to let go of somebody that a karmic that they put up on some kind of pedestal for literally no reason because this person is not good. And I think there is something underhand about this karmic. This karmic has affairs, like as a matter of habit. They're very secretive. They use their passion energy to get what they want and to mask. They like to throw that energy at somebody in order to blind them for the fact that they really don't have a lot to offer as a human being, as a partner. Sex isn't partnership. And I really just I don't think this person particularly enjoys schmegs. And I don't think they connect during schmegs. I think that they use it, and they use this person somehow. They're using this person as leverage, I think, to get to somebody from their past. They have this hidden association here. So it's going to really bite them in the ass, this person. But you are the person that they've been praying. They got to let go of this. They got to let go of this. This is somebody here as well. Because there's Bharani energy. So it could be, there could be some kind of swap in the gender roles. But they've got to let go of somebody here that they thought was one way and is totally another way. And this person's very vindictive. They're very angry, actually. Yeah, like, and they're very strategic. They make quick work of trying to maybe get pregnant or get a ring or some kind of like position, and they use sex to do it. This is the kind of person that doesn't build on their skills and their merit. And they see you as the queen of, so this person, you're in the line of fire here. I really don't like this. You're in the line of fire here because you're the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups has this exalted cup it's like the Ark of the Covenant kind of thing. The elusive cup that everybody looks for. Like, that's you. And the Queen of Cups, like, has the lid on her cup to where, nothing affects her emotions. So there's some kind of overlap potentially. There's overlap in this pile for sure between the other two piles or one of the other two piles. And here's where I think it overlaps with pile 2 is that this person could have been trying to get a rise out of you. Because they make some kind of quick work out of Empress energy, getting pregnant, getting a ring, getting whatever. But it's not built on, okay, we've dated for a year and a half and it feels right and proper and we're both making a sober decision to take it doesn't feel like that. This feels jockeying. It feels like better hurry up before you realize what I am kind of thing. So they want to call some kind of judgment here on your Queen of Cups energy to get this person here to doubt who you really are. And the partnership that you bring, but really you bring a high vibrational partnership. You are the blessing in terms of partnership here. This person needs to clear the air or a tower moment is going to happen. This person cannot just be sitting by buying all this person's bullshit. Why does this person just mouth open like just give me more, like with the bullshit of this other person. They're sneaking around. I'm telling you, there's low vibrational, sneaky energy when it comes to this. This person should not be involved with a person that they're involved in. It shows a lack of intelligence and it shows a lack of morality that they are at all involved with this person for any length of time. And this is reminding me of another reading that I did where the karma is being enacted. And they might not play with you because this person is not spiritually allowed to be in communication. I just heard incommunicado with this other person. They should not be even in communication with this karmic. They bring so little to the table. And it is a mark on this person's intelligence and their morality that they speak at all to this karmic. And if they engage in conversation in a back and forth, I think there's going to be a rug pulled or there's something over here with your energy, a light shown on this. Spirit's not going to let this person weasel their way into your energy. This person has been sexually strategic. Or it's like if they are, they lose you and they're stuck with this nonsense. And maybe even not for long because I don't really think this person even wants this person. I think they want somebody else. I think they're trying to use this person to get into somebody else's good graces. Whether this, because it's Capricorn energy, so it could be a boss, like a job. They want to get another job. This is sabotaging, subterfuge, I just heard. Or to get the attention of somebody who may be very successful in the eyes of society, but is already tied to somebody else. And doesn't know what they're looking at. And they're using this other person to try to appear demure. Very mindful, very cutesy, or very strong. But they suck the life out of this person in order to do it. And they could play on some kind of past energy here with this person. Yuck. But you are the blessing. You are somehow like the exit ramp where spirit is like, would you like to not involve with the karmic? Would you like off of this crazy making highway to hell? You're the highway to hell. I just heard that. Yeah. Because you can't win. You cannot win here. Playing games and you can involving with this person at all. I'm literally hearing if these two are in communication, we're going to pull you out of there. It's going to be a tower moment. Or this person needs to clear the air with you. So for some, this person's in communication with this person, but they're not in communication with you. Uh-oh. And that's what's confusing them. I can tell you from a mile away while you're confused. You're talking to one person, you're not talking to the other person. And I think this person is spreading gossip and lies about you, and they are not in any way, shape, or form the authority on you. I really think for a lot of you don't even know this person, because I think some of you know better than to associate with somebody like this. Especially in an underhanded way that this person is associating with this person. This is a very underhanded karmic. Very underhanded. This is the kind of person that really pisses me off too, because they try to act like they're the bee's knees. They try to act demure, cutesy, and mindful. And people let them get away with it because of schmegs. That's why. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's an angel that stepped in here. Or will step in here. Because I don't know where you're at on the timeline with this person. If this person doesn't take the higher cup, you are going to balance out after this situation. This person's going to feel very defensive about a tower moment here. Because they would ruin it. Yes. Is there someone else coming to take his place? Yes, there will be. After you are in this temperance energy, some of you hold on. Okay, I think that you're just I just heard, bring me a higher love. Oh, so we got a lot of these swords cards. So I feel like you got to be up in your head for a period here. Like there's quite a bit of healing energy that's coming in with the temperance and the four of swords, and like mental health healing as well, and things that you are being kept from. So that things that you wouldn't understand. And this I think has to do on this karmic level. Cause you know how I've been getting angry this whole time. Cause I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like that your guides are maneuvering you into this person's path. I don't like it at all. But it's like, Jessica, there's things that you don't understand going on here that's like of a higher vibrational mindset. So I feel like you have to go through this period where you're kind of up in your head and then you realize some kind of higher truth that this person is not an emperor, not even close. This person is a four of pentacles and they bring betrayal, and that this person is small, they are weak. I just heard savage. and they 21 Savage. I don't know what that is. I think that's a rapper. I'm not entirely sure. That might mean something to somebody. And I just heard 21 Jump Street. For some of you, it could have been, this is the person where you could have been in physical danger. This is why I don't like this. I do not like this. But I just feel like you would never be in this person's life or in harm's way unless God asked you to do it. Unless God was like, listen, you are the perfect person. This person's ideal that they have in their brain is you. And so if you will just consider it, if I promise that I'll keep you safe, if this person starts communicating with this person, and especially if they're not communicating with you, if they're starting giving like some kind of preferential treatment, if they're waiting the bullshit that this person just can't spew enough of, I'm going to move you away, and I'll do it in a tower moment. And then this person's going to be left on the defense. I promise. Okay. As long as you go in there, then I feel like that's why you did it. I don't think you'd be here if God didn't ask you to do it. The Lovers. I think that's that secretive energy here. There is like secretive lover energy here, but it's like this person has to choose to be upright in character. Oh my gosh. And it's like there's nothing that you can't have. But, you know, the 10 of Cups for me is always an interesting card because it's Mars in Pisces. So this person has to purify their Mars energy, which means they can't be driven by schmegul energy, competitive energy. It can be very low vibrational. But also Pisces is kind of like far away. So this person that has been maybe very aggressive towards you, competitive towards you, schmegul towards you, guess where they're going to be? Far away. Far away. In the void. They're going to be lost. Pisces can be like just this void energy. But Pisces is also prisons, hospitals. For some, this person requires like psychiatric care. And that will come out is what I'm hearing as well. For some, this person's like a criminal. I don't think this person has any ground to be surprised about that because every interaction they've had with this person has been laced with some kind of underhanded nature. But for some, this person's very practiced at hiding that. It's like everything that they've gotten out of their life. I think they did something underhand for. They're not to present themselves as competitive, but they're not competitive in a skillful way. I just heard, and she's better known for the things that she does on the mattress. Whoa. Well, then this person has this person looking at you funny, and you've got like the highest cup. Like, it's kind of not very smart. And they're also in their head about sneaking around and potentially a baby for some of you, secret baby. And that you're their wish, but that they kind of can't come towards you. So now this person has to be like up in their head about it. But you were the blessing here. You were the higher. Bring me a higher love. Oh. But you got to stop loving that pig love I just heard. Like, this person's up in their head. Yeah. They want to make an offer to you, but you don't care. You're having some kind of new beginning. And there's a new beginning that's coming in. Oh my gosh, some of you are going to have to beat them off with a stick. Some of you need to know that you are the blessing, though. This is like a tryout as to who gets to be with you. And they need to come with their hands clean, is what I'm hearing. See how there's like no blood or no dirt on that gloved hand? It's like pristine, and they're offering you peace and they're offering you comfort in a routine kind of way. This person minds their business. This person has their eye on the prize. What can you tell me about that? Let me ask, because I'm so flustered about you having been involved in this to begin with, but clearly there's things that I don't understand. Okay. I don't like this. I don't. For some of you, this person has another chance. They have a window of time. They need to clear the air with you at some kind of party, some kind of gathering, some kind of get together. About this Knight of Wands energy. About why they need to clear the air. They need to tell you why they've been in and out. They need to tell you that they've been watching you in secret for some. They need to release some kind of message here that's going to change the way you feel about this Knight of Wands energy. They need to offer their higher cup to you, even though you're going to be in this position. And Spirit is saying you should be in that position. They put you there. If you're not in that position, you're just as stupid and immoral as they are. And you're not. So it's appropriate. This person is afraid of your response, I'm hearing, but it's actually, you are having an appropriate response, okay? This person, I think this other person is like strategic and underhand like they are. So they're surprised like when they go back to this person and it's like, oh, like, and it's because, yeah, well, I want something out of you. So I'm actually not leading from a place of self-respect and trying to maintain my boundaries because I feel like I'm the bigger energy here and I'm going to muck you around, right? Like that. So this is a very good sign that you're in some healthy, appropriate energy of like, ugh. So for some spirits, I don't like this. Okay. But for whatever reason, you were in the line of fire here with this person. And, so they could potentially come back, but that is a period of judgment. Something here is going to be unearthed about this person in a way that is favorable and kind to you. Something will be unearthed if they don't clear the air. And it's going to prevent them from moving forward. They're actually going to love you like all the more. And because something could be unearthed about you as well. That you're like, they're perfect. And that they've been sleeping on you. That they've been dallying. So this is a period of judgment. Okay. So if you've gone through that period where it's like, I think you had some kind of initial mess up moment. This person has one more shot at some kind of reunion energy where there's going to be a party or there's going to be a gathering or there's going to be a get together. This person needs to act right. They've got one more shot to like whatever. So once they do that though, I feel like you're a free agent. D, thank you so much for the $15 super chat. Why is he coming back at all? I don't like it either. But I just feel like God is, I don't know what God's doing. God, can you just tell us, like, why are you doing this? Oh my gosh. He was like, it's a secret. Just read the cards, bitch. Oh man. I really think though it's because God is like, look, I can see that this person can be the King of Pentacles. I can see that with a reunion with you and like certain friendships, because this will be a community effort, I feel like, for this person. And it's because you have sane people around you. You have like good community and good friends around you, or like the two of you will together. And it's going to encourage this person to actually be this King of Pentacles energy. He's going to go within. He's going to realize he's going to feel horrible about this. Horrible. What have I done? What was I doing? I cannot believe that I put this person up on a pedestal. This should not have been a question at all. This person, it's like God knows that this reckoning is possible in this person with some kind of fast movement, travel, message, something here. This person can turn on a dime, like in a good way, and take this higher cup with this judgment energy. But heaven help them if they don't. Someone's going to move fast. If this person is planning on building with a karmic, there's somebody coming in fast. I think they'll just easily take this karmic away because this karmic was putting on a little song and dance for an ex from their past that has more than this person. And they were always using this person to get that person's attention. And that's going to suck for them to realize, but I think it sucked. I think you had to walk away. So, and it's part of a reckoning. Yeah. Damn, I see it too. Hard pass, God. Sorry, I don't want it. Oh my gosh, High Priestess. I'm just hearing you don't know what you're asking for. It's like, it makes you nervous, but like go with it. You're being encouraged in this hermit mode. You feel nervous. You feel anxious. I feel anxious for you because I can see this person. I don't like this. It's sneaky. I don't like it. This person can be trying to interlope on somebody's marriage. I'm going to put it down. Okay. Pile number 3. I don't know what to say. Deeply sorry. I don't know what to say. I feel like you're the blessing. I feel like God thinks this could be something special. God, why have you forsaken me? That's how I feel about this. For some of you, there could be... oh, God. For some of you, there could be like 3 tries here. Because he's your King of Pentacles. Oh, God. Oh, God. Like, just... I feel like this man's baptism should be in like vinegar water with like some cayenne pepper in there or something, just really to get the demons out, you know, just like okay. I'm gonna leave that there because obviously we have surpassed my human understanding of why this would be occurring. I just get so mad because I just don't, this to me doesn't feel fair, but I also don't have like access to your Akashic records and all of your past lives. And maybe somebody did this for you and you were like, wow, that really made the difference for me. And I'm so glad somebody went in, you know what? I'm going to sign up and I'm going to do that for somebody else. Or God was like, hey, I know this person. They're a bit of a mess. Okay. But like shabby chic, it was in at one point. Bit of a fixer upper. Just trust me on this. I never ask you for anything. What do you say? And you were like, well, I'd never say no to you. So, and you know, I don't know why you would be, I just feel like you agreed to this in some capacity, but I'm going to leave that there for pile 3. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to take a little break, go to the restroom, and we'll be right back with the general messages. Okay, here we are. Angela said, Jess, I would love to have a coffee chat with you. You are totally someone I would want to hang out with. Thank you so much. I love coffee chats. They're one of my favorite things. Is the live still on? It is. Okay. Next time I'm choosing an experience that's not going to cause a psychotic episode. Yo, same. Just, I want to take like the soft, nice cruise lifetime. Where do I sign up for that? I'm so curious. I know I say this a lot. I spend quite a bit of time thinking about like where I'm going to go after this because, honey, if I don't have to come back here ever again, best believe I'm not. So I'm just so curious. I want like my guides, if this is possible, they're rolling their eyes. But I'm like, can I have like the brochures laid out for me? Can I have like, I want to know where I'm going next. Where am I going next? And it's going to be so peaceful and calm and everyone's going to be sane and nice and beautiful and successful so that nobody has any reason to be jealous of anyone else. And that's just, I'm going to bask in it. Me and everyone else, and we're going to hold hands every morning, just like the Who's in Whoville. We're going to sing around a tree, and I just can't wait for that. Never a dull moment for us Queen of Cups. I woke up and couldn't sleep, so I jumped on and chose pile 3. Oh my gosh, 333. Interesting. Okay. Please can I be a well taken care of cat? Oh my gosh, so true. So true. Although I was saying this to Alex, maybe this is part of the general messages. We'll just flip that on. Because with our cats, okay, like they have autoimmune issues. And I was saying to Alex, I was like, I feel like I've learned so much like from these cats because I get such anxiety when we have to bring them into the vet because they do not speak English and they don't know and they hate going to the vet.
As far as you know.
As far as they speak some English, they know certain words. But you know, it's like they don't know. And so it's like this big hubbub. It's like, you know, little Luna, like even her temperature would like spike just going in because of her anxiety. I can relate to that and like the confusion, but I feel like they're in my life to show me the way that my guides feel about me. It's like, just calm it down. Okay. You don't know why we have to bring you in here. It's like, you don't speak spirit guide, you know, or whatever, but you just have to trust us that you got to go get your shot and then you'll come out again and then you're going to feel better and then things are going to be fine. Okay. But like, why does this have to be such an experience like every time, you know? When did Jess change her hair? You know, my hairstylist just does. I always have the weirdest relationships with my hairstylist. They all just kind of do what they want. And I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. But yeah, I like it. And sometimes she forgets what she did last time. I don't care. I just go in there because I'm bad spatially anyways, so.
Sometimes it's good to trust the professionals.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Oh, you're my favorite. You look lovely in this new haircut. Thank you. Luna is better. I mean, she always has her autoimmune, but she just got a shot not too long ago. So yeah, she's feeling better. She did have like a big scab thing on her stomach, but she's healed up from that. Do you think anxiety can be a symptom of not expressed anger? I do. I also think it can be a symptom of a lot of things, but I think, for me, it's like not admitting that bad people are bad people because I'm just supposed to be so Christian and so above it. It's like me just admitting that a bad person is a bad person, that I'm well within my right to avoid them. You know, it's really decreased my anxiety because if you're like, okay, you've just proven yourself to be horrible like every single time I'm around you, but look at me being around you because I'm just such a good person. It's like, of course that puts you in a fight or flight. Of course that makes you have anxiety being around a-holes. Like, you know what I don't like? I don't like that religion and spirituality and being a good person has been weaponized and has been used to override your basic animal instinct. And that's been categorized as wrong or bad. And that's why I like spirituality so much. That's why I like the tarot so much, is because honestly, it's been the women of the tarot community and some men too, because there's a lot of men that are psychically gifted and have very strong feminine sides and stuff too, but it's like those people are the ones that talk to you about your intuition. What do you feel? Do you feel unsafe? Maybe you should look into that. It's been this community that has helped kind of walk me back from that ledge. Nobody had ever asked me that before. It didn't matter. I was always the one that was meant to be like above it all. Well, why don't you have to be above it all? Like, just bothers me. Been a horror. Yeah. So of course I have anxiety. Like, it's not a mystery that I have anxiety. 20 years of shit. Animal wisdom is God speaking to us. I agree. This is like another thing, and then I'll actually pull some cards for the general message. But I was saying to Alex, because we went to this like thing not too long ago. It was like a witchy kind of event. I think I was saying this over on Patreon. It wasn't exactly the best time. It wasn't bad. It just like really wasn't our scene, you know? But there's a lot of people there, and sometimes I get a whiff of people and I just feel white hot anger. Like it's a certain kind of smell that like, it's like a body smell. And I think it's because I know something. I don't know. And I was like, I don't know why I dismissed that so much, because I just tell myself I'm a bad person. I never act on it or anything, but I just tell myself I'm a bad person. And it's like, what if I'm picking up on something very real? Like I was like, I'm an animal. Sometimes I forget that I'm an animal. The same way that like animals know when hurricanes are coming or like a tsunami or something. And it's like, bitch, run. Like, you know, it's like, maybe you are capable of picking up on these certain things. It's just, this is what I'm saying. I don't like that religion and spirituality has been used to override these very natural instincts that we are allowed to have. I'm not trying to be rude, but Alex, like, he was kind of mirroring back what I was trying to say. And he was like, yeah, like, at what point do you have to put yourself at risk or at danger, like trying to be considerate of another person? Like, at what point do you have to kind of be considerate of yourself? You know, of course we all want to be nice people. I never want people to feel shunned or like anything around me. But also, like, if I'm kind of snarling in my spirit, I have to be allowed my process. Like, I need to be allowed to ask myself why that is, at the very least. Like, why am I growling at her like inside, you know? Can you smell that? Ooh, that smell. I used to love that as a kid. I didn't understand that song at all, but my dad loved Leonard Skinner, and he was always listening to that in the car. Can't you smell that smell? You are picking up on something. I'm just so certain of it. Why would God give me this Italian nose if it didn't do anything functional? All right. I'm cool if they're on their dark horse days. Righteous anger protects. I'm the person you describe. My cats teach their dumb human every day. I live fairly in people clothes. I love it. You smell narcissism. Like the Sixth Sense, I smell dead people, but it's like I smell narcissism. There are narcissists near. All right. Let's get some messages. I have this too. I have headphones, earphones when I'm out. I can simply walk close to somebody and my spikes would be out. Yeah. Oh, I didn't see that. Animals know. They know. Okay, actually, I want a different deck. Let's do the witchy deck. Okay, so Spirit, what general messages do you have for people? Okay. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, so some kind of decision was made here. I feel like we're still picking up on pile number 3. I don't like it when that happens in the general reading. I'm getting a different deck out. Okay, I'm using the Sexy Time deck, so I can't probably show you these pictures, but a different new energy, Spirit. Okay. Oh, okay, good. Oh my gosh, remember we were talking about 333? I got 2 3s here. There's some kind of like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful energy that's coming in. Beautiful. Okay. Hold on. Okay, well, I can't show you this, but I have the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. I love both of these cards in this deck. It's so, like, loving and so, like, connected in their energy. And the Empress card just came out. Okay, so I feel like some of you, this is love. This is, like, true love on the horizon. This is, like, you can have everything here with this person. I feel like this is coming in. There's a whole other situation over here, though. Emperor and the Ace of Swords. So the truth here... Okay, I feel like this is still pile 3. Why can't I get away from pile 3? The Empress. The Ten of Swords. Because an Empress was betrayed here. Okay, so what do you want to say about that? Strength. Okay, why is this continuing to come out? Anxiety, choices, confusion around secrets. I think somebody wants you to know that they betrayed you because they had anxiety about their own secretive nature and what you knew and what you didn't know. They wanted to offer you something because they knew. They knew that there was like this passion between the two of you. Okay, so it's like a message. I always feel like the person that we're talking about in pile 3, well, not always, but like the last few piles, like tries to hijack and give a message. So I think that's what's happening here. I'm not going to give them much airtime, but this person knew. They know. They knew that they betrayed you and that something needed to change about this fantasy. They were in a fantasy maybe about someone else. They had choices. They were sneaking around with someone. I don't know why this person thinks that they can come in here and like, I'm annoyed. I'm just annoyed because it's like, okay, the message in pile number 3 was like, this person gets 3 chances. Well, the tarot is not like the way, this is like in life, but this person's like rushing in to be like, yeah, and it's like they're confessing everything now. And they're like, yeah, I was sneaking around and I was defensive about the stagnation between us and whether or not you wanted me to, but you were always like the dream. You were always the wish but they know that they hurt you. And possibly with their sexual energy, because in this deck, the man in the Chariot card has this utensil that looks like a dildo on one end and a whip on another end, and then she's got like red marks like all over her. So it's like this person hurt you. They know that you're I don't know. This person is just, gosh, why is this like the maximum possible damage? It's like, so because I didn't know what you were feeling, it's like I just cheated on you. I just continued a functioning dysfunction. I just continued something horrible. It's like this person has no agency. They have no sense of self-responsibility. It's like, well, if you're not an option for me, I'm just going to keep doing something shitty. They were obsessed with the Queen of Pentacles. There's judgment on this. I feel like this person was cheating with a married person. Yeah, they were cheating with a married person, which they shouldn't have been doing, whether you were in the picture or not. And let me just make very clear my stance on this, because I work with a lot. Okay, I think that people. My mother. I remember my mom telling me this when I was young. She was like, just because you're married doesn't mean that you stop having feelings for other people. She didn't want me to have like this fantasy land kind of thing. So it's one thing to have feelings for somebody that you know is off limits. It's another thing to act on those feelings. And I feel like I kind of thread the needle with that, because like I try to hold space for people that are experiencing those things, but I feel like we should be making decisions that are in alignment with the kind of people we want to be, the kind of societies we want to have. You want to uplift the couples around you. You want to uplift the families around you. You want to make sure that, you know, the children that are born into families, that they have solid family units. You don't involve where someone is married. You just don't. It's not a righteous thing to do. And even if somebody is thinking about getting divorced, they need to have the space to make that decision without you as a third variable, and for a very long time. You need to not be pressuring that person to get divorced. They need to make that decision. They need to follow through with that decision. They need a year or two to, you know, get their feet under them. And then if the two of you come back together, fine. Then that maybe is all in divine timing. But I'm just really not about people not holding themselves accountable. You are very much in control of your actions. I don't like this energy because it still seems to me that this person just makes excuses, loves you. They knew. I don't like people who, it's like I had my head on straight the whole time. I felt this way about you the whole time. I feel this way about cheating the whole time. Okay, sir or madam, why does that not translate over into your actions? Riddle me that. Riddle me that. Because if your virtues, your principles, and your feelings translate over into the purity of your actions, we would not be in this particular scenario. And there needs to be some accountability there. And it doesn't have to do with whether you're an option for them or whether you're not an option for them. This person needs to be steering their own boat, and they're not. They need to be this like emperor energy. Okay, I'm just going to get some hidden truths and I'm going to move on from this because it's upsetting. He's really justifying. Yeah. Just being near you is intoxicating. I feel you leaving me behind. I feel like you're over it because I just feel I feel surprised that this is like the level of communication. I'm not available. I replay our conversations over and over again. I love you. So I hide behind material things. You hide behind a lot, dude. I don't react when people mention you. I left when I saw you with someone. If this person saw you with someone else, this is absolutely karmic repercussion because this person did not come with the right energy, the right intention towards you. This person needed a reality check, and boy, did they get one. That you have options, that you're not sitting around waiting for this person, that they need to get their act together. I just feel like... Okay, let's just walk away from things that make us feel bad. Compassion. I'm just done with this person. I feel like this has been me the last like 3 readings. Like I don't even want to have the conversation with this person. This is very pile number 2 for those of you that resonated with that, where it's like you are very good at just being like, you know what? You don't have the proper qualifications to get into the door to have a conversation. And I don't like that this person is, you've made that decision, I think. Like there's some kind of firewall around you where it's like you need to come with integrity. You need to come with accountability. That's the level of conversation we will be having, or we will not have one at all. And I don't like that this person tries to get around that using the tarot. It kind of feels a little bit schemy. It kind of feels a little bit manipulative of like, let me just float this and see if it lands. Like, no, there's no getting around the fact that, and also this person is unavailable because they could have gotten swept down a river here because they're just not in charge of themselves, this person. This person's just a victim of circumstances. Just, they have no agency. It's like this person does not believe in self-agency. That's really what I'm getting. They don't believe that, I mean, this person could whack you upside the head with a shovel and be like, the wind blew too hard. Like, I don't know. It's like, this person just has no agency. They don't believe in that at all. They feel like everything that they say or do is as a result of the forces that are around them, you know? And they're trying to read you. Sir, it doesn't matter. And I feel like this is why this man is in a man body and on a masculine path, is because it has to do, it's the doing. Sir, it does not matter what you think she feels. If you love her and if you feel like she got the wrong impression of you, you need to take action, pure, right and proper action, to clarify your soul at the very least, so she's not walking around carrying guilt and blame for something she didn't deserve and that she didn't do. Regardless of whether or not you get what you want, which seems to be the crux of everything you do, regardless of that, she deserves a kind of treatment, a special treatment. She's special to you. You understand that. She needs to know her worth, her value. If you're going to be her partner, you need to be willing to reflect that back to her, that she's worthy, she's valuable, she deserves a certain treatment. It'd be really nice if you got out there and you were the boundary to that. If you said this person deserves a certain treatment, and when they don't get it, you tell her that she deserves to be treated better than that in terms of her job, in terms of other people that are around her. Tafa, thank you so much for the super chat. You've fallen here in ways that you don't even understand. Because it's so selfish. It's so, well, I don't think I'm going to get what I want, so I'm not going to give this person what, because I might be embarrassed. Meanwhile, I think you embarrassed this person, and some of you, I think you did it on purpose. Because for some of you, it's like you wanted this person to know that you could do better, is what I'm hearing. That you could do better. Well, enjoy your better. Ugh. Nasty. Okay. New energy. Oh, contentment is on the horizon. I just heard contentment and beauty is on the horizon. There's some kind of new birthing energy that's coming through. There's like, I'm seeing an egg hatching in my mind. And that egg is the egg of contentment. There's a lot of blue energy. So this is maybe, you could receive communication here about a new beginning that's going to bring contentment. And expansion. What else? It's a gateway. Okay, gateway to illumination. Somebody here is, look, Hecate. She's been here like the whole reading, and she's bringing in some kind of key, some kind of illumination here about like beauty, some kind of new beginning, and some kind of self-love energy to do with home. It's blocking your home from some kind of chaotic energy that's coming from someone who's very rageful and angry. Okay, something is coming in to block you from some kind of chaotic, angry, vengeful communication that's being blocked out because of some kind of stance of wisdom, and also potentially for who you're partnering with here, and releasing an old partner and being more authentic. So you're being rewarded for this, but this isn't like God smiles upon you and now you are receiving your reward. It's very much your eternal reward. Aladdin again, Jafar. So, okay, this goes back to the karma. So for somebody was supposed to touch nothing but the lamp and they didn't. And so that's about to turn for them. But for you, I feel like you are uprooting some kind of chaotic energy. You're bringing peace. But this is, look, I love this energy, the white buffalo woman, which there was a white buffalo calf. I'm just saying there was recently. I can't remember when it was, but it got born. You can look it up. And she is so no nonsense, and she's kind of this teacher energy, and I feel like this is you holding your boundaries about the way, and you're going to be treated in the way that you're not going to be treated. It's connecting, again, with your beauty and your equality here, and somebody is coming in to save the day. And look, redemption with the Valkyries who decide who lives and dies on the battlefield, and this somebody here is like taking one to the knee. They need to take a knee. Something's been working behind the scenes here to connect you with your power and your pleasure energy and to help you overcome fear. But I feel like it's required some kind of sacrifice, and to sacrifice is to make sacred. So I feel like you made a choice to leave something or someone behind, and that energy is the energy of it's purifying. It's something here, purifying a commitment. Yeah. Yeah, you're discovering something here. It's like you're discovering something about someone. You're making a firm decision about it, but in the process, you're discovering your own beauty, worth, and value in the process. And it's connecting you with your anger, but it's connecting you with your purpose. Because I just saw Pele, and she's very connected with like volcanoes, and it's that anger eruption, but it always brings the most lush, everything's like grows. It's quick, fast-paced Empress energy is what I'm getting. Some kind of gateway, but it's like you require self-trust here. I feel like you've got help from Shiv as well, in the form of guidance and compassion about some kind of cycle, some kind of repeating cycle. And that I feel like it's like God is the golden cup here, or you are the golden cup. Like for some, you could have been chasing after some kind of dusty, crusty cup, thinking like you put it on a pedestal, but you're going to see that very clearly, and you're receiving guidance to help you break that cycle. For others of you, it's like the higher cup is God, and you have this higher cup. It's like you are recognizing you're being given grace, compassion, and guidance in regards of a cycle so that you can break it and go with the flow. I heard don't forget to have fun. I just saw people too, like, okay, so if a blizzard comes, and I just saw like back in college, there was this crazy hill that like everybody had to walk down to get to the parking lot. And I'm not suggesting this because it was highly dangerous, but some people got their mattresses out and they were just like sledding on the mattresses down the hill. And I would never do that because I wouldn't want to sleep in that afterwards. But I'm just saying, like, it's like making the best of a bad situation. It's like, okay, well, this is a crazy blizzard and everything is shut down, but it's like, don't forget to have a little bit of fun too. And there's something here, it's connecting you to your power. It's like something small that looks a little weird. It's connecting you to your power and abundance. And it's going to sustain you. Whatever it is, it's going to sustain you in a commitment to your own inspiration and creativity. Yeah. So you've got good energy coming in. You really do. There's a gateway energy, and it's connecting with your self-esteem. But this, I'm hearing like a rising tide raises all boats. So it's like your own confidence and your belief in yourself. It's like very well-rounded energy, but it's all like moving at once. And that's to help sustain. So if you feel like things are going slow for you and that something is small and weird and you don't know If something's small and weird and you don't know where it's going, it's going to go somewhere, but it's like I'm hearing the path is a circle, and I'm seeing that circle. It's like all running through all four quadrants of like the emperor or the empress, all four quadrants, and it's a cycle, but the cycle isn't supposed to stay on one plane. It's supposed to move upwards. It's supposed to elevate. So I feel like you're elevating here. But I think you've had to break out of a cycle that no longer serves you. And now you're in this cycle, but it's slow growth because you're moving through all the quadrants as you move up. So it's like this very sustainable. Vishnu is with you, is what I'm hearing. Like Vishnu, in terms of helping you build. I just got goosebumps. Hey, I'm here too. He was like, hey, I'm here too. Because I like Shiva energy. I work like very strongly with Shiva energy, but Vishnu is like, I'm here too. And yeah, he's like comfortable working in the background, and I'm just seeing like a beaver kind of shoring up the mud kind of walls. So that's why, if you feel like something's slow going, but you are moving in a very positive, very healthy direction. The tide is turning. The turning of the tide is what I'm hearing. So my old self-image was small and weird. Well, hopefully that is turning around for you. I mean, is 15 years slow enough? No, this doesn't feel like it's been going on for 15 years. Yeah. I'm being told that you have quite a bit of power and abundance and beauty. And they're sustaining that for you. You maybe just don't feel inspired. And they want you to play. Actually, I think somebody is like sneaking around you too. But just go with the flow. Like, they don't want you to worry about it. There's somebody like sneaking around you because you have like abundance. Oh, and okay, so the cycle for you, this is a different kind of cycle energy. Somebody sees you as like having everything and they're like angry. Or like flip the energy, I guess, if you feel like it. But actually, I feel like somebody, yeah, they're waiting to take some kind of action towards you. And they feel like that's their purpose. And you may have to like fight or defend for what it is that you have. But it's nothing that they want you to worry about. Like, this is like barely a blip on your radar. They've got it. I just feel like that holds a key for you, that there's kefir. So maybe have some kefir as well. What's kefir? Is it probiotic? Probiotic. Something to grow. It's something with the gut health. Use your intuition, like your gut intuition. If you feel like something, you're not shooting out with like some kind of something here, it's because there's somebody sneaking around you and they're getting you past like a certain point or something. But there is actually quite a bit of growth and abundance and beauty around you right now. You have so little, but you've worked so hard for it. That's the X probs. Oh. Okay. I have a soulmate from my way back days that is going to help me tap back into my childlike play while mostly creativity and being as friends. Oh, nice. That's also something really good to do as well. Like, if you feel like there's no love around you, there's always love around you. But the West is obsessed with romantic love, and you think that that's the only kind of love that there is. But if you are feeling like you are unloved, I always have found it helpful in my life to just the same way of like, look for the helpers. There's like love all around you. Like, look for your friends, look for the people that smile at you at the grocery store, or like, any way that you can kind of feel or experience it. Sometimes we can zero in on what we want, and because it's not there, we can feel like we're very lacking. But really, there's a lot else that we can connect with, and through connecting with that, you can actually kickstart more love to come into your life, I feel. So kefir. Yeah, kefir, which I'm pretty sure is like yogurt, isn't it? You resigned your job due to bullying. I'm so sorry. Truly, there's a lot of that going on. And it's because we live in a competitive society and we're all meant to compete with each other to get goods instead of work together like we have through most of human history, at least within our own tribes. Like within our own communities, we're made to compete with each other. So romantic love is a huge challenge right now. All right. Well, I'm going to go get some food. Shake this one off. I'm kidding. This was actually really great. I hope that you understand that you are the blessing. Okay, I'm going to bring this back because this was like another message that I was kind of picking up on early on in the reading, but I didn't really say. And that's if you start to switch your perspective to like what blessings are coming in, because that's a message that I like to do a lot too, readings that we like to do. Anonymous, thank you so much for the super chat. If instead you focus on the blessing that you are, realizing that you are such a blessing to people, that's also what's going to connect you to your abundance, because it's like bringing that blessing that you are out of you and delighting in that and taking joy in that. If it feels like work, if it feels like pressure, like too much work and too much pressure, then it's probably not coming from like that heart space or that joy energy. But where you connect with like where you're like starting to have that perspective that you are actually the blessing, then it's going to connect you with more joy and like more soulmate energy and more abundance. And they want you to focus on the fact that you are such a blessing for a lot of people. You really bring a lot to the table is what I'm hearing. You really bring a lot to the table. And keep in mind that sometimes these periods of like, I'm hearing drought and doubt, drought, doubt, drought, doubt. Sometimes these periods of drought and doubt are there for your protection, because potentially there is nobody that's healthy and sane that they can bring in, and it's far better for you to be alone during these certain times while somebody else is also being given grace to figure out their human experience. So just keep that in mind too, that I'm hearing everything is unfolding for you in all in good time. I just heard all in good time. Okay, I'm a blessing to my family and the few friends that I have. So true, and to us as well. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Remember to like the live. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for being here, for sharing this beautiful energy on a lovely Friday. And thank you so much to the super chats and for everybody that supports us over on Patreon. We do have a Patreon reading coming out tomorrow. And funny enough, it's the prosperity reading, how to connect with legacy and prosperity. There were some interesting messages that came out there. And it was very Venus-y, actually. I don't know why I'm surprised by that. And we have the Everyday Magic candles are on sale. They are 20% off for Samhain as we're working our way up to Samhain, which is one of the fire festivals. It's one of like the festivals of light. So that's why we decided to do that. So if you've been interested in the Everyday Magic candles, which is like our ritual candles, then they are 20% off. Like this is a really good time to get them. And there is, if you live in the US and Canada, I think there's like a $35 threshold where if you order over 35, then you get free shipping as well. So it's just a really good time to take advantage of that. If you want to work with candles or our candles, if you're called to do that at all. While supplies last, some will not restock as we update our line. So yeah, that's what we have. Lots of planets in Virgo, including your Venus. Nice. Karma, year harvest season. Okay. My candles are coming soon. Yay. Awesome. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. I'm going to go eat something. My energy's starting to fade here. Thank you guys for hanging out. We have Patreon reading tomorrow. And then the next Patreon reading is Single as a Pringle. This chapter of your love life into the next. So that's what I got. Okay, thanks for being here. Bye.